Good morning, students. Welcome to the last two lessons for the week on area and perimeter. We're going to focus on word problems the next 2 days. And so these videos will be really short. There's just a couple of things you need to know and a couple of problems we don't have to do. So the warm-up today is actually going to be very helpful information for what you're doing in a few of your word problems. So these are things that you need to know, especially how many inches are in feet for some of the problems today. And so it's really important that you know 1 foot is the same as 12 inches. So these are just what we call ratios. It's kind of like an input-output table, or it is an input-output table as well. And so if we were going to do this, we want to say if 1 foot is 12 inches, then 3 feet in inches is going to be 3 times 12. Okay, so these are just multiplication tables, really. So 3 times 12 is 36 inches. Okay, same thing with yards to feet, yards to inches, and miles to feet. So you are just doing the multiplication. So if we have 10 feet and each of those, or 10 yards, and each yard is 3 feet, this would just be 10 times 3. And so 10 times 3 is going to get you 30 feet. So what this table says is 10 yards is equal to 30 feet. So think of these as multiplication problems. Okay, so fill in the rest of these tables. All right, so now we are on to page 271. Okay, and so on 271, they're all word problems that you're going to be figuring out. And there's some of them that have some conversions. Some of the conversions you don't need to do. So for example, we're going to go through right now, and you can cross off number 4. You do not need to do that problem. And you can cross off number 6. You do not need to do that problem. In order to do number 5, what you need to do is remember that 12 inches is the same as 1 foot. So you're going to be doing some converting at the end. It wants to know how many inches of ribbon Grace has in all, and it gives them to you in feet. So when you come up with how many feet are left, you then have to convert it to inches. You'll do the same thing with number 7, but you're converting, it says how many yards did Jameson run in the past 2 days. You're trying to go from feet into yards, and remember that every time you have 3 feet, that's 1 yard. So think of that conversion as well. Okay, and then on the next page, you can cross off number 9. So this is on page 272 now. You can cross off number 9. All right, and then the last 4 problems, there's a few things. So they're all area and perimeter problems. Okay, so you should draw each of these out. So for number 11, it says the area of the rectangle sandbox is 32 square feet. The short side of the sandbox measures 4 feet. How long is the long side of the sandbox? So draw it, right? And then this just becomes the problems like we worked on all last week. The short side of the sandbox is 4 feet. So this is 4. The area is 32 feet. So I know that there are 32 feet square inside this box, right? And so now my equation would be, I'm just thinking, what is this long side? So 4 times something, right? Or you could put 4 times y is equal to 32. And that's what's in this box is going to be your long side that you don't know, okay? For this one, you'll have to do some converting. Remember, 1 foot equals 12 inches. Okay? Those are the 2 pages that you have to do, and then you'll have some Think Central work today to do as well. Okay? If you have any questions, make sure you ask your teacher. Read the problems carefully, figure out what it's asking. All right, guys, let's get to work.